Hello and welcome to another coaching session from leadershipmentor.com. In our time together this week, I want to talk to you about building trust. Building trust is a required element for successful coaching. So coaching really requires a relationship of trust. And we talk a lot about coaching and a relationship, and it's very important that you understand how important a relationship is, and within that relationship, obviously, that level of trust. So the coachee must feel safe to be open and honest, and that's such a critical element. When we're coaching somebody, we're asking them questions, and we want them to open up, to dig deep, and to really answer those questions honestly. So if we're not able to have that level of trust with an individual, then they're not going to answer those questions honestly, and you're really not going to get the results that you want. So the coach must earn this trust. So how do we earn the trust of a coachee? Well, you may already have a level of trust based on your current or previous relationship with the coachee. So you may have already built that level of trust up by some of the things that you've done for them. It's also important that to build this trust, that you can demonstrate a sincere interest and desire to help the coachee. And I think this is an ongoing issue that you have to make sure that you're focusing on. And then finally, time. Over the course of time, if you're an effective coach, you're going to build that level of trust. So unfortunately, there may be just a time issue here where it just takes a little bit of time to develop that level of trust. So as they see that you're sincere in what you're doing, that you listen, that you're attentive to what they're saying, all of these things are going to help to build this trust that's going to allow you to be more and more successful in this coaching process. So what destroys our trust as a coach? Well, one, sharing confidential information. So as our coachee starts to open up and share information, if you're out there sharing this information with other people, obviously the coachee is going to stop being so open and honest with you, because obviously once that gets out, then they're going to feel like they can't share things with you. If you're distracted during sessions, so when you're meeting with somebody, it's so important to do it where you really can just give them all of your attention and you're actively listening to them. If you're distracted during the conversation, obviously, then they're going to feel like you don't really care. And also, no follow through. So if there's things that you need to do after the coaching session to help the coachee and you forget to do that, or you just say, I didn't have time, then that's going to really do a lot of damage to the level of trust and really the relationship overall between you and the coachee. So trust is a very important element here in the relationship, in building a relationship. Very important that you understand, if you're a manager, that you're trying to coach team members, and that's really the context that most of us are in our community. Trust is a very important element, and it's a difficult thing to have that level of trust because you do have positional authority over them. So that means that you do have the ability to impact them in both positive and negative ways. So trust is a little more challenging if you have had to do things in the past that may have caused the coachee or the team member to feel like you may not really have their best interest in mind.